In many rural areas, when people are working in big farms, maybe maize plantations, coffee or sugarcane, and when pressed, they rarely rush home to visit their respective twins. There's a saying in my own village that whoever did the act of helping himself in the plantation forgot, but the one who accidentally stepped on the smelly hill will never forget that particular point. The funny thing about fate is that the more you run away from it, the more you fulfill its desires.
Napitia Kisumu KANU tofauti na mwaka wa 92. Sasa nikiwa tangine unatukanwa, lazima kuvumilia. Moyo ametukanwa mara ngapi? Kama ningekuwa na roho kama yafanya, sinikali kuja tuba nyingi.
In this country, there lived a king whose primary desires was to rule Kenya forever. So for him to achieve his desires, he tailored the constitution to favor the one-party system.
Vyama vingi vikianza, vyama vya ukabila vikaanza. Na nyinyi ndio mtaleta taabu hii kwa sababu ya kuingia vyama ndogo ndogo, tano ngapi, sita.
On or about 1991, a composition of vibrant young Turks under the guidance of the wise old guards rose up to clamor for multi-party system of governance. So that they can increase the space of democracy in the Kenyan life. Though the king with his loyalties were undermined and resisted, those who were deemed politically incorrect pushed hard through parliament until they expunged section 2A in the constitution, which was promoting dictatorship.
People think Moi is dictating anybody. I've never dictated.
So when this was done, many politicians started registering political parties to rival the famous KANU. Though the king yielded, he behind the scenes instructed his henchmen to make sure that the multi-party child dies at birth. So every province, then we were having province, Western, Eastern, Central, every province had its own masters responsible for killing the multi-party children. Those henchmen tasked with this important mission in Mulembe Nation were the likes of Elijah Waske Mwangale, Joshua Mangoli, Musalia Mudavadi, Moses Wetang'ula, and others. Their mission in Mulembe Nation was to antagonize the rise and influence of the opposition politicians. Thus, Masinde Muriro, Wamalo Kijana, Mukhisa Kitui, Muskari Kombo, Newton Kulundu, Wafula Umunyinyi, John Barasa Munyasia, Lawrence Sifuna, and many others who were anti-KANU and the Moi government. So these henchmen were well oiled. They were facilitated with money. They had ammunition and steady goodwill of the kingdom. One thing I learned out of this is that some instructions, however much time they take, they must be accomplished in one way or another. So as part of the wider scheme to execute the mandate of the king, these henchmen came up with a plan. What they did, they decided to join these many political parties. As a wise man says, if you want to beat them, you join them. So even looking around, you notice that they are now guardians of the very child they wanted to be killed at birth. So my biggest question has been, are they guardian angels or guardian devils in these political parties?
The neck is still there. We'll have another go at another election. Omala Kijana is no longer chairman of Ford Kenya.
My perspective this time around is the Ford Kenya as a party. You will recall that Moses Wetang'ula joined this party around those times, and his first mission was to elbow out those who were part and parcel of its formation.
We're going for elections, and those who are sensing defeat are manufacturing a dispute that does not exist.
I want to hand over through a process that is democratic.
These people who are part and parcel included Mukisa Kitui, Muskari Kombo, Eugene Wamalwa, Simiyu Eseli, Wafula Wamunyinyi, and currently Chris Wamalwa. The instructions and mission as directed by the king then was to weaken the party and collapse it fully.
Mimi nitakuwa kwa Kiingereza mnasema your servant and not your master.
The perpetrators of these actions are really enemies of multiparty democracy.
No wonder His Excellency Natembeya once calls it Likubili, meaning the house of the dead father. This cardinal has put the children in a very malnourished state. They are on the verge of death. The realization that the children are wallowing in the miasma of no direction and the party is collapsing, the cardinal assembled the Bukusu Council of Elders to perform rituals of sanctifying his name. For me, I strongly believe that this is an exercise in futility. The so-called Bukusu Council of Elders, I guess their wisdom is out of leave. They have remained empty shells because instead of them blaming the perpetrators, they are shifting the blame to the victims who have suffered the brutality in the hands of the guardian. My keen observation and questions are, can one be trusted with the leadership of a party that he wanted it dead at his birth?
Man instigated some members of NEC who have participated in every meeting of the party to go to the High Court, ostensibly to injunct the party from holding elections contrary to the provisions of the political parties.
In the comment section, please help me understand that. Because this guardian told us one time that Kombo, Muskari Kombo, who was the chairman of the party then, was a Malayan. He was not a Kenyan. So he sponsored those who composed circumcision songs against him. Mukisa Kitui, Lusaka, and even Eugene Wamalwa were not spared. Names like Eunice became an unfounded name for Eugene. As the saying goes, if you want to kill a dog, give it a bad name. Or in the alternative, the hyena would say, you are smelling like a goat if it's salivating for you. So where were the Bukusu Council of Elders at the time when nicknames and abuses were ranting in the air? And by the way, what is the standard criteria of forming this council of elders? You cannot just wake up and identify and call them for some sacrificial ritual. There must be a criteria to identify who are the councils. I just want to understand and stand corrected that I'm not demeaning the council of elders at all. But the current one, the ones currently in the office, have made me to raise several issues of integrity, abuse of office, and their incapacity to lead the community, and that should not be swept under the carpet. The recent events in Bumula, in the presence of Jack Wamboka, George Natembeya, and other members of the public, were just but a cry of liberation from the selfish hands of the guardian, who pledged to take good care of us. And I find no mistake in what happened in Bumula. When the many non-council elders then complained and cried foul about the guardian joining the party from the kingdom of Kanu for ill intentions, people blamed Muskari Kombo for inability. When our brother Mukisa Kitui equally cried of mischief from the side of the guardian, we blamed him of being ambitious and too fast to handle. When Eugene Wamalwa, Soita Standa, and Boni Khalwale cried of torture and brutality from the yokes of the guardian, we said Eugene is disrespecting the elder. As such, in 2013, I remember, he shelved his presidential ambitions and supported Musalia Mudavadi for presidency. Even at one time, Lusaka, Wangamati, and currently Machimbo Kalasinga, Jack Wamboka, Chekai, and David Burari, respectively, are crying, how come that everyone in the same lineage is complaining? What can we really say? Whom do you blame? This Guardian has wielded power and influence in the Bungoma politics for more than a decade now. He decides the direction, he decides who is going to be elected, he decides who becomes who at his own will. But time can never forget to tell us the truth. The gubernatorial politics of Bungoma is shaping up. And first, we have Didmus Barasa, who wants to be in his party, and his own brother, Tim Onyonyi. So whom will he declare support for? So this scenario evokes one question. Does the Guardian still enjoy the powers and influence of yesteryears? Putting in mind that he is number 3 in the hierarchy of politics in this country. 1, he has failed to strengthen the Fort Kenya party. He failed to strengthen himself in Western region. Even worse off, in a simple by-election in Chwele Kabuchai, he lost in his own polling center. So for you, my brothers, Musikari Kombo, Mukisa Kitui, Wafula Munyenyi, Bona Halwale, Chris Wamalwa, David Borare and others who have had issues with the Guardian leadership style, instead of comforting you, I honestly vilify you. Kindly receive my heartfelt and most sincere apologies. We misunderstood and misinterpreted your concerns, perhaps because of greediness, obsession, or whatever, but please kindly find it dear in your respective hearts to forgive us. To you, Musikari Kombo, Juanasipondi, your prophecy is being actualized. When you say that the giant lion will eventually die in the hands of the Guardian, indeed, signs are on the wall. My humble request to you et al. Is, as the Bible confirms, that the rejected stone becomes the cornerstone. Please, despite us rejecting you people, collectively, after this apology, kindly come forward and guide the community on the way forward politically. Now, to you members of the community, assist me to answer this question in the comments. Is he a Guardian angel or is he a Guardian devil? I rest my case. Please remember to subscribe, like and share this content. Clicking on that button bell gives us more impetus to bring you more of this such content. Thank you.